Hola chicos! In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the vocab from chapter 4, and we're just going to look at Vocabulario 1 at this point. You know, it's always split into two sections. So, the first thing I want to talk about is el desayuno. So we have las comidas. Comida can mean food or meal. So if we're talking about las comidas, we're talking about the foods, we're talking about the meals, right? We have el desayuno, el almuerzo, y la cena. So obviously, between el almuerzo y la cena, there's going to be a little bit of overlap. And the main reason for that is here, and actually in this picture, they're seeing a lot of things for dinner that are kind of heavier, like el pollo, la carne, el pescado, right? These are kind of heavy dishes. But in a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, lunch is the biggest meal. So there's going to be kind of a mix and match happening there, okay? A couple words I wanted to point out. El panecillo. Make sure you're using those pronunciation rules we've learned so far. That can be like a roll. Sometimes they just say el pan or el pancito, okay? So you hear that as well. Here, you're going to say either las tostadas or el pan tostado. It's one or the other. So whichever one you like, choose it and run with it, okay? El cereal. In some countries, they use cereal as a uncountable noun, like here, like I want a bowl of cereal. But in other countries, I've heard of los cereales. So you'll see both of those. Los huevos, el tocino, el bacon. I have never heard it referred to as el bacon, but if it's in the book, I'm assuming that somewhere they do refer to it that way. Okay. There's also a couple different words for el tocino. If you're actually abroad, the truth is you're probably not going to find a lot of bacon. My experience is they don't eat a lot of bacon in other countries. They have different types of cured meat that they might eat, but bacon as we know it, you're not going to really see a lot. So go out and try something new, right? For el almuerzo, we have una hamburguesa, una pizza, una ensalada de lechuga y tomates, un sándwich, we're going to respect the tilde, un sándwich de jamón y queso, y un bocadillo. So you could call it a sandwich or un bocadillo, okay? So sandwich is another one of those borrowed words we might see. Here we have un helado, we never pronounce the H, el pollo. Some countries, you'll hear el pollo, and you'll hear kind of a j sound with a double L. So if you do hear that sometime, just remember that that's pollo, okay? El pescado, arroz y frijoles. This is very common, and we'll talk about this in class, why arroz y frijoles is so common. La carne, you'll also hear this referred to as el bistec, okay? There's a lot of ways to prepare and to eat meat, whether you're eating it grilled or pan-fried or however you eat it. So there's a lot of names for it, and it depends on the country. Las papas would be the potatoes in general. They're also called patatas in some countries. And then if they are actual French fries, we're going to say the fried potatoes. So las papas fritas or las patatas fritas, one or the other, okay? Las legumbres, los vegetales, and las verduras. They all three mean the same thing, vegetables. Although, in my experience, legumbres refers more to actual legumes, like peas and those kind of things, lentils, okay? And then we have el flan. El flan is a very common food we'll talk about. And el postre. So these two are postres, whereas these are more of like comidas, okay? Here we have some bebidas. Un vaso de leche. So you could have un vaso de whatever you want. You could have un vaso de leche, un vaso de cola, un vaso de agua, okay? Or un vaso de jugo. And then we also have una taza. So think, what do you think the difference between un vaso y una taza might be, okay? And you could have una taza de chocolate caliente, or maybe you drink café o té, okay? And we'll take a look at agua here in a little bit. And for the sentences, we're going to cover those more in class, okay? I want you to read this paragraph, make sure about papas so you know what's going on. Other than that, we will talk about vocab in the announcement and in class. See you later.